Well, it has been quite a week in Indiana sports as the Indiana Pacers were swept out of the playoffs and then let head coach Nate McMillan go just after giving him a contract extension. Takuma Sato won his second Indy 500 under a bit of a controversial yellow flag there at the end. And the Colts made their 2020 Lucas Oil Stadium debut to play against themselves. Their season opener just coming up in a number of days. Joining us now to discuss Inside Indiana Sports contributor Bill Benner. Bill, as always, great to have you on the program. How are you?
I'm great, Gary, and thanks for having me on. It's been quite a week.
Absolutely. Well, we'll start out with your former employees, the Pacers Sports and Entertainment. But the Indiana Pacers, unfortunately, swept out of the first round by the Miami Heat, and then made some headlines, certainly, by letting go head coach Nate McMillan, which a lot of people were surprised about.
Well, you know, they had announced earlier at the conclusion of the regular season that he had been extended. My understanding is that his contract had officially expired on July 1st. They had to extend him to at least get him through the bubble, and then a further decision would be made. Of course, Nate has done a heck of a job with this team historically during the regular season, but during the playoffs, quite frankly, they've been a disappointment. With the only series that hasn't been swept was a couple years ago when they took Cleveland to 7 games in the first round. So that's despite all the joy that was created during the regular season, especially before the COVID breakdown, you got to follow it up with some postseason success, and that simply hasn't happened. And hey, I like Nate. I think he's a solid coach, and I think he will land on his feet.
Yeah. Okay, that sets up what could be a very interesting offseason. First of all, from the coaching standpoint, Nate McMillan's successor, where do you think the Pacers look? I
wouldn't be surprised if they would look for somebody, not necessarily with head coaching experience, but somebody, a younger guy who has, or even a female, wouldn't rule that out, but somebody that has good offensive expertise and background. I think, you know, the NBA is going small ball. Everybody pushes the ball. They want to shoot the threes. They want to get up and down. And then I think they're going to have to, you know, whomever that new coach is going to be, they're going to have to look at to see where they stand pat. All the players are under contract except one, Justin Holiday. So how they handle the roster, whether they make trades, Miles Turner's name comes up, whether Victor Oladipo gets back to 100%. A lot of major questions in an offseason for a team, again, that had a pretty successful regular season.
Yeah, it will be interesting to watch indeed. Shifting gears, I guess literally, to an extent, to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The delayed Indianapolis 500, a lot of anticipation, obviously, was run without fans, NBC with the broadcast. How do you think things played out?
I thought they did as good a job, given the incredible circumstances, as they could have done. Yes, the race did have a lot of yellow flags. It had a number of incidents associated with it. Thankfully, everybody walked away because some of those accidents were pretty severe, especially the one involving Spencer Pickett at the end. But again, I thought they did a great job. I thought what they did with the drivers before the race, the shout-outs to ticket holders, going around the town of Speedway and letting them personally interact with fans, I thought that was absolutely inspired. And Gary, I had no objection to what happened at the end. I was disappointed like everybody else. You don't want to see a race end under the yellow, but given the damage to the track and that attenuator and what it would have taken to fix it, they made the right call.
Yeah, only 30 seconds left, Bill, but the Colts, you know, they had a preseason, played against themselves at Lucas Oil Stadium, kind of a dress rehearsal, but their season opener coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, September 13th at Jacksonville. Again, a lot of questions about the NFL, whether it will be able to move forward with or without fans. Some teams are saying no fans. Some teams are saying some fans, including the Colts. So a lot of things still to be determined as we look forward with great anticipation to the NFL season.
Yeah, 3 big sports stories, and there'll continue to be stories well into the fall and beyond. Bill Benner, as always, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Gary.
All right.